Hello my fellow freaks. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing here. I do have to say that I am very happy that the outside of the box is just plain because of the problems I've had with not only FedEx, not only UPS, but also even Amazon. So there is my Z extension. Let's open that first. Thanks for the arrows, because I'm not that smart a man. You'll see an arrow on that also. Allen wrench. And we'll put that over there. Move on to the next one. And the base. New stuff. Wow. It's a beast. It is huge. So there she be. It has a bottom. Maybe it was the older ones that don't have the bottom. I'm glad it has a bottom. I understand why the other ones don't, but I prefer it to have a bottom. Just because a lot of times it's going to switch out. Now here's one thing, Virpil. These, I love the idea of these, but you know what? You don't sell these, just the cables. A lot of people out there, while I was researching you, are complaining because you guys don't make these cables available and in different lengths. I do like the diamond cut. Very nice, very stiff. Wow. USB cable. 6-footer. And here are the springs and the cams. And let's go with the next one. Nice packaging. There she is. Hey, it's just like when your shirt comes with a button inside, just in case you lose it, I'm guessing. Allen wrench. Now the metal has a nice feel to it. I like the mouse wheel. The feel of the buttons. Wow. I tell you what, this thing is super quiet. I thought it was broken. Me personally, I like quiet. Can't wait to see this lit up. I see a lot of people saying that they don't want it lit up and all this other crap. Are you kidding me? I live for the lights, baby. I don't see any major keying of this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it in, and I hope it doesn't explode. I do like that. It's got a little release mechanism. That's nice. So to do a quick comparison here, there's the Virpil, and these two are both Windwing, both the Orion 2 base, and this is the F18, and that's the F16. Now, as far as feel goes, as far as when you just touch it, cold, very cold to the touch, same metal, cold to the touch, very room temperature, much better feel to the touch. It does have a gritty kind of texture. Everything I touch gets slimy when I do a lot of copper. My hands turn green and the flux doesn't just wash out of my skin. So hopefully that's not too porous and I build up this wall of slime like I do with my mouse over there. That's okay. That's what dishwashers were made for. Now I have very, very small hands, and I was worried about this because I did read a lot of reviews where people were saying it's just too big for their hand. Now this is the F18, modeled after the F18. It has this bump out. The F16 is pretty very, very slim, but the buttons can be a little bit of a stretch. This here kind of has about the same stretch as this. As far as the feel goes, to me, especially having this adjustable palm rest, it just feels right. It feels really good. I have a problem with the buttons on a few things, and I don't have any problem with these. And I really do have microscopic hands. Show ya. So we're looking at 5 inches from the tippity tip of my middle finger down to the very base of my thumb right there. In metric, that's small. SMall, small. Now I'm going to go ahead and just plug it in. I did not download the software yet. Device is ready. Okay, so it does seem like I do have it connected correctly. I went ahead and I went to this website down here, and that brings you to this, and you can follow the illustrations, and they also do have a video. All right, on my desktop here, I hope you like my sunflowers. I have 2 up there. I actually made that picture. It's on glass. I did not make that though. And that's the closest thing to a girlfriend I have currently. Let's launch this. One is administrator. Firmware version not supported. Okay, so we're going to click that. We're going to get this message down here. You want to make sure that you don't have any other Virpil joysticks hooked up. Now I do have an Xbox controller, and I'm going to leave that plugged in for testing. If I brick it, I throw it away, whatever. It's just a couple bucks, right? So click the firmware tab, and I'm going to click Start Auto Firmware Update. And we have this warning here. I'll let you read it to save time. And that's fine. We're going to click on OK. And now it's doing its thing. When this updates and we create a profile, Windows or Control Panel will hopefully see it correctly. All right, here we are. So we're automatically in what looks like the profile page. So we're going to select a base, and I'm going to choose the MongoosT. Is that how you say it? MongoosT or MongoosT? 50cm3. That's what I have. And as far as the grip goes, I have the Alpha Prime right, and I do not have a panel. Now under here for device, what side you're going to have it on, I'm going to have this on the right. If you want it on the right, put it on the right. You want it on the left, put it on the left. If you're going to have a center stick, leave it as center. So I'm going to say right and create profile. In reading these steps right here, it's basically telling you that you're going to have to recalibrate after you do such a thing. So I'm going to say create profile. It's going to do its thing. There we go. Device ready. So we're going to click Axis, and then here we have all our different axes. Now for me to do this, the base is very stiff, and I don't have it in a mount right now, so I can't really do this well. So I'm going to have to do this with the phone down. Now when you calibrate, this also has 2 different bars. So if you look over here, that's them. Move them back and forth. And then once you're done, just go down here to the bottom right and calibrate axis. I know people are going to say it's calibrate axis. Whatever, I don't care. Go ahead and click that. Okay, basically what I'm having to do is, once again, I have to hold this. So I have to hold it with both hands so I can actually do this. And once you calibrate that and bounce it back into its center position, they go from red to blue. And all of mine is all set. So again, you don't have to have them all perfectly centered. Calibration is about getting those set up so the computer recognizes what you have for your input. And then that's it. I'm going to go ahead and choose Save Calibration to Profile. And it's writing that in. Now everything's totally center because your calibration is complete. And we're good to go. So yeah. Now everything works to center. So don't be fooled by when you're looking at it, when you're calibrating and everything's a little skewed. It's fine. Once you save it, it'll work. And if you go down at the bottom to Joy Tester, this screen will come up. And I find this really good, the way they do this, because every time I press a button, it puts it in blue. So it's basically to say that that button has been tested. That's the scroll. I'm frantically pushing all the buttons. And once you've moved on from that, you notice here there's some spaces still available. Up here we have light chosen, so let's go to Pro, And when we click on that, you'll see that we have more things, like your LEDs, buttons, and all I really care about is the lights. So I'm going to play around with the lights and enjoy this. Right now, actually, the way it's defaulted, I kind of like that. We got the purple, we got the blue, or teal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm colorblind, who cares? It's pretty. And although I don't see a LED shining right on my finger, notice when my finger wraps around here, it's as if it is. Pretty cool. But it has a very nice feel to it. I have to say, feel-wise, I've yet to use any of my sticks. I'm waiting for all my Monster Tech, but feel-wise, button feel, button press. I love my Wind Wings, the way they feel and everything else, but I think I like this better. The only thing is, they got to work on selling us longer cables. Now, I've clicked shot about 5 times and nobody has showed up to give me a shot of Jack Daniel's vodka or anything. This keeps popping up, so I have no idea what's going on here. Maybe it's defective. But when I click on shot, I should have a red-headed cheerleader walking into my room with some JD or something. So, Osbach or something. Hints, when you click on hints, it's a mouse over. Debug brings this down here so you can debug. And other than that, once you're done doing whatever you want to do, save VPC device. I've heard horror stories about the software. I understand why, because there's a lot. But there's a lot. It's better than having too little, you know. At first, yeah, it's overwhelming because there's a ton of stuff, and I'm by far not even remotely close to being an expert on it, but I do understand why it's complicated. You're not going to get the colors when you click on them until you choose Save VPC Profile or VPC Device. Unfortunately, what you're not seeing here is these colors. When I put my camera on it, it definitely doesn't do it justice, because these are so vibrant. Working colors from left to right is also from bottom to top. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you could see here on the grip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it jumps to the front and it works its way back. However, that very last one, I've changed that a few times and I don't see any difference whatsoever. So let's try one last experiment. All black except that one. Save it and watch. So yeah, it looks like maybe on other grips it works, but not on this one. Or maybe my LED is burnt out for that one. So the rest work. The yellow one or the far right one does not. So this is cool. This is very nice. I do like my LEDs. And recently I redid the back of my TV to go with whatever I was watching. To my cellmates, hang in there. You'll get yours. The wait sucks. The wait sucks. The wait sucks. I'm not going to say it's worth the wait because the wait sucks. But this is great.